OMG, oh, oh my God! I didn't think this would be possible. Bitcoin to $1 million. Holy shit! I mean, I already own Bitcoin. I've been betting against it now. Is Kathy Wood correct in saying that Bitcoin's gonna reach $1 million? Obviously, yes, because she's Kathy Wood. She knows everything. She's the greatest investor of all time, clearly. Better than Warren Buffett, better than Charlie Munger. Michael Saylor is the #1 investor of all time, though. Don't you ever, if I ever catch any of you guys bad mouthing my boy Michael Saylor, you got another thing coming. I needed to drink some root beer. Oh, I'm excited though. I'm really excited. So Michael Saylor is the greatest of all time, obviously. Um, he owns all the Bitcoin last time I checked. I think he owns all 21 million. Michael Saylor does. So there's no point in even trying to invest in Bitcoin because Michael Saylor, I think he owns it all. My statistics, I don't know where I get them from, but Michael Saylor, I could have swore, I thought he said that he owns all 21 million. Is that possible? Yes. Because Michael Saylor's a god. He owns Michael.com, by the way. So jealous. I wish I owned my name for a domain. I'm an idiot for not getting on board with that as a child. So he owns Michael.com. Michael Saylor. And I think he kind of has my heart. So, Michael Saylor's clearly the GOAT. The greatest of all time, by the way, is what I mean by that. Is he who I want to be like? Yeah. Everybody wants to be like Michael Saylor. Duh. Does Michael Saylor know who I am? Yes, he does. He knows I'm betting against the price of Bitcoin every day. Every way. I do own Bitcoin. It's funny, I own Bitcoin, but I bet against it all the time, so it's fun. I made this live video, so because I haven't really made too many short form videos lately, or any sort of videos. So I want to get back to you guys. I want to give back to you guys, and Michael Saylor's the man, though, dude. He got me so sprung. He's making me so hard. He owns all the Bitcoin, man. I'm pretty sure he does. Michael Saylor he's just gonna hold it all forever and ever. So crazy. Is Bitcoin gonna crash soon? Yeah, it is. Absolutely. Bitcoin sucks. Bitcoin's lame. It's really gonna go to $0, but Bitcoin sucks ass, and it's about time people come to grips with it. Bitcoin sucks ass. All you Bitcoin bros can suck me. You can suck on my nips. Yeah, you heard me, Bitcoin bros. Come at me. Come at me hard. I like it hard. I need my Bitcoin bros to suck my nips. Alright? So bad. So, what are you Bitcoin bros gonna do about it, huh? You gonna fight me? Take it into the comments section. Try me. Bitcoin sucks. There's only 2 of us here? Well, guess what, Sam? I am betting against Bitcoin. Are you? I bet you are. We'll bet against it together. Does that sound good? Well, when it's on a bull run, there's no reason. First off, just because something's on a bull run does not mean that bull run lasts forever. I already bought Bitcoin when it was really low prices. I never sold. So the logical thing to do is to bet against my existing position the higher Bitcoin goes. I use the Biddy ETF preferably. Biddy ETF is exactly what I use to bet against Bitcoin because Bitcoin sucks. It's a way to bet against the price. And the higher the price goes, the more justified it is to bet against it. So I love betting against Bitcoin whenever I can. It's the logical thing to do. So anyway, I'm not going to sell my Bitcoin position. I still think Bitcoin is fundamentally worthless. I think the proper price per coin should be $0. But the current perceived value, which perceived value, if there's no intrinsic value, doesn't really matter. The truth is, Bitcoin has no real usefulness. It's cool. It's very innovative software, by the way. I'm actually a huge fan of blockchain technology. I'm a huge fan of Bitcoin, oddly enough. The thing I'm not a fan of is people saying it's worth something. That any amount of Bitcoin is worth anything. It's not. It's interesting. It's a fun concept. But if it were to be worth something, it shouldn't be worth much. But I will continue to bet against it. Just because there's a limited finite amount of something does not mean that that something in itself is valuable. Limited quantities of something does not make that something valuable. It just doesn't. Also, just because Bitcoin's decentralized does not make it valuable either. The one thing that kills Bitcoin more than anything, though, is its open source nature. The fact of the matter is, it being open source is its main double-edged sword. Open source actually allows us to verify that, yes, this is coded ethically. This entire thing. It's coded right, it's coded good. That's the problem, though, is other people can take that source code and make their own network. Simple as that. So now Bitcoin isn't truly ever finite because it has all this competition. People will always be interested in the next best thing. Bitcoin will eventually become a relic. And anybody who thinks Bitcoin's worth something just because it has limited amounts, like I always say, Beanie Babies are a great example. Beanie Babies are in limited quantities. Are they valuable? Not really. Nobody really buys them. Unless there's a Beanie Baby resurgence, which that could happen. But it's all perceived value. Perceived value is a hell of a drug. And there's a lot of perceived value in the crypto space. Perceived value is deception. Actual value is what matters. And you have to ask yourself the question, be honest. You can hate me all you want, but hating me doesn't make you right. It just makes you annoying. What you need to really ask yourself is this question. Is Bitcoin worth anything? And sadly enough, it's not. It's cool. The concept is neat. I love the software. I really do. I think it's innovative. I love the fact that there's a proof of work system. That's just impressive. It's cool. And it's a very functional one. But that alone, the software is the most valuable part of Bitcoin, but the software you can't own because it's all open source, so anybody can really make their own versions. Moot point. But you can implement that technology in any way that you want if you're a competent programmer. That's cool. Fucking wild, man. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. I love betting against Bitcoin. It's made me a lot of money. Because what happens is when the bull run happens with Bitcoin, I start betting against it using the Biddy, the BITI ETF, which in a sense it allows you to bet against the price of Bitcoin, which is easy to bet against because the higher it goes, the higher the market valuation of Bitcoin is. Right now, it's at like 1.6 trillion or something like that. But the higher that valuation goes, the worse it is. And what do I mean by this? It means that you're making a bubble. Everybody's making a bubble. The more that they pump up Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the classic example of what's called a Ponzi scheme. Pyramid scheme, I guess. A Ponzi scheme is more accurate because in a Ponzi scheme, the old investors need to make money. So what happens is you have to pull in new investors, new money, to basically give to the old investors. See what I'm saying? See, what happens is all the people who got into Bitcoin, like myself early on and never sold, are the old investors. We're fine. I'm betting against all of you. I'm sorry. I using the Biddy ETF, it allows me to bet against all of you, and I make money. I'm cool with it. What happens is this: everybody's going to be on their high horse, and they're going to be buying Bitcoin at unreasonable prices. Any price, honestly, for Bitcoin is unreasonable. But hopefully, all you guys who are afraid of people like me spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, I am the FUD king. I will spread as much fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Bitcoin because that's all it is. Bitcoin is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Nobody can really. There's so much argument about the price of Bitcoin, for God's sakes, because nobody can really put a true value to it. And therein lies the problem. And nobody's going to listen to me. And it sucks. And maybe they will. Maybe they should. You all should listen to Daddy. Listen to your daddy. Drink some root beer. Fuck. All right, so you guys gonna listen to me? What the fuck? Anybody get chatting here? Come on, we need some people chatting. We need some liveliness. I want some people in the chat room. Put me in my place. Put me in my place. Bitcoin sucks. Put me in my place. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why Daddy's wrong about Bitcoin. I really. While I'm waiting, I'm going to watch this video real quick. Hold on. There's a central service that provides instructions to all the different parts of the... Okay, cool.
A central service that provides instructions to all of the different parts of my IT infrastructure. Directory services are one of these services. Remember in earlier lessons when you created accounts and gave them access to resources on your computer? Imagine that you work for an organization that has dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of computers and people who use them. You can't possibly go into each of those computers to set them up. Directory services provide centralized authentication, authorization, and accounting, also known as AAA. When computers and applications are configured to use directory services for AAA, also known as provides centralized authentication, authorization, and accounting, also known as AAA. When computers and applications are configured to use directory services for AAA services, decisions about granting or denying access to computers, file systems, and other IT resources are now centralized. Now, you can create a user account once, and it's available for the entire network at once. Easy. Well, sort of. Now, let's go one step further. Let's say you have a network file system that you need to give everyone in the IT department access to. You could set up the network share, then give it a list of user accounts to grant access to the share. But what happens when someone new joins the IT department? What about when someone leaves? Instead of granting access based on who you are, what if you granted access based on what you do? In most organizations, access to computer and network resources is
grant access based on roles. Access based on roles. Yeah, that turns me on. So back to all the Bitcoin bro shit. I know you guys love Bitcoin. I know you guys are gay for Bitcoin. I know you guys want to put Bitcoin in your butts. I want to put it in your butt. Don't worry. I will put it in your butt. Put so much Bitcoin in your ass. Oh, there's gonna be so much Bitcoin in your guys' butts, I swear. Oh my god. It's like OnlyFans, bro. OnlyFans. Alright, later guys. I got more shit I gotta do. Anyway, Bitcoin sucks. I'm betting against it using the biddy. The higher the Bitcoin goes, the more I bet against it because Bitcoin is stupid as fuck. And oh, whoa, hold on. We got my boy Tim Smith in the house. I will stay on another 5 minutes because I love Tim Smith. He's the man. He's my boy. And, oh, man, feeling good. Sam W. Bush, I'm a man. But I will say, so I'm just betting against Bitcoin. The higher it goes, first off, like I said, I already own Bitcoin. Boom. I already own the Bitcoin, bruh. Already own it. I don't know why, but I already own it. And I just want to let you know that this is a true Robert Downey Jr. impression. Robert Downey Jr. clearly talks like this all the time, and he clearly knows it more than you. RDJ, baby. But, no, really excited, though. Cannot wait to bet against Bitcoin even more. Betting against you, Bitcoin bros, is worth it. Like I said, I bought Bitcoin pretty early on, and I never sold it. Very happy about that, by the way. And, yeah, it's just kind of gained and gained and gained, and what can you do? What can you do? But no, instead of selling Bitcoin, so instead of selling my position at a higher price, I bet against my existing position just using those inverse ETFs like the Biddy. Biddy ETF is really honestly my favorite. Not financial advice, obviously. This is really just insight from the mind, from my mind. So Clint Cobra takes a bite out of the crypto wave, says my boy Tim. And then Clint says, sell, sell, sell. Should I? No, I don't want to sell my position just because I want to bet against it. And let's say I'm wrong about my bet against it. Okay. Every time Bitcoin gains, the position that I have, if it gains and gains and gains and multiplies, it covers any potential losses that I may have with the Biddy ETF. So Biddy ETF is great. It gives me an opportunity to outsource the it allows me to, in a sense, hire someone else to do the contract work for me to bet against it. I will admit the expense ratio is pretty high for the Biddy ETF, but oh my god, does it give me an erection. The opportunity it allows is totally worth it compared to the expense ratio. Sure, does the ETF provider get a pretty good chunk of my money? A little bit. They get a good chunk of money one way or another, no matter what happens. And things like that, I'm okay with having a high expense ratio because they're doing the dirty work. They're actually getting the contracts. They're getting all the things. So if they have to take a bit of a fee, I'm fine with that. It gives me the opportunity to bet against something I know is trash, and I'll take it. Tim Smith is saying, if I wanted to sell a position, I'd be on my knees in the bus depot men's room again. Tim, you the man. Clint Cobra says LMAO, and then Tim also says, I haven't seen a position shorter than Garza's since the Danny DeVito Peter Dinklage sex tape. That's some good shit, man. Dude, Tim, you never fail to just crack me up, man. You crack me up, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. But no, this is great shit. It's great shit. But no, I do got to get off live here in a little bit. I'm doing this all from my mobile phone at the moment. I figure mobile phone's just as easy. And sadly, they're rewarding these type of live streams. But Tim is saying that sorry, I'm affected. I'm affected. I'm affected by climate change. My man. I'll slip the dishes right along. Tim's saying, when will you take us on a slip the dishes ride along? I don't know, my man. I'm not too sure. But I do got to get off of here, you guys. Been a pleasure. I've been on here for like 20 minutes already, a little bit longer than I expected. But I just want to say thank you, guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, Bitcoin's really going to zero. Kathy Woods. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to ask. I answer this question. I'll try to answer whatever. If you guys have any questions, ask them now because I'm getting off of here in a second. So, Kenny Advocate asks, is BTC the future now? It'll exist in the future as long as there's enough computers to keep the network alive. Sure. No crypto is really the future, bro. None. All of them are trash. All of them are worthless. Bitcoin should go to zero, but will it? No. There's always going to be a cult following surrounding it. There's no way for it to ever go to absolute zero at this point, but betting against it, in my opinion, is the smartest thing any man, woman, or anybody can do. That's my opinion, not financial advice, more like entertainment. But the fact that Kathy Wood said that Bitcoin will reach $1 million per coin is probably the most delusional thing I've ever heard, because there's 21 million total Bitcoin that can ever exist, right? So let's just do some math. Let's just in case, you can pull out a calculator. We'll pull out the calculator real quick. So 21 million Bitcoin that could ever exist, by the way, times, she said $1 million. $1 million per coin. That just blows my mind, you guys. Let's see what this is. Let's get out there. Oh my god. It's $21 trillion. $21 trillion market cap. Wow, is that stupid? And this is one of the reasons why, look, could Bitcoin go to $1 million? I mean, in theory, anything's possible. But if it does, I've lost all faith in humanity. If it ever went to $1 million, I don't know what to think. I mean, I'm still holding Bitcoin just in case I'm ever wrong, but I'm betting against that position anyway, because betting against that position has made me more money than the position itself. Because I haven't pulled really anything out of the position. Man. But Clint Cobra said, it's the future, bro. Tim Smith said, Kathy Wood is the canvas in which I will paint my future. Kenny Advocate says, lol. Clint Cobra said, I said that in my best strongman personal finance voice. I love strongman. He's so sexy. Tim Smith said, I'm buying the dip in Kathy Wood, waiting until she is 65. Then I'll ask her on a date. And then then he also said, what Tim Smith also said, if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, we are busting Sam Bankman-Fried out of jail. Boom. I like where Tim's head is at. All right. We need Sam Bankman-Fried back. We need to free the freed. All right. Free Sam Bankman-Fried. FTX is awesome, dude. FTX is better than sex. All right. Fuck. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. I hope you all have an incredible night. I got some more studying to do, and then I'm going right to bed. But Tim, I gotta do another live video one of these times with Tim Smith. I need my man's insight. All right. Love Tim. Tim's the man. You guys are also the men or the women, whoever you are out there, whoever's out there. Bitcoin to $0, but hey, who do you think's more right? Kathy Wood saying Bitcoin to $1 million, or me to zero? Me saying $0. Maybe $1 for Bitcoin. I don't know. All right. Anyway, see you guys. Mwah. I'm gonna wank it. Later, guys.